Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am pretty excited because today we're making one of my high school favorite fragrances, and that is Japanese Cherry Blossom. I think this is probably one of the prettiest feminine fragrances. I think it's really nice how it's not too bright, it's not fruity, but it's got that subtle sweetness and a little bit of a deeper tone. I just think it's super pretty. And this soap came out so cool. I was not expecting it to come out this, I don't know, it just, the bright colors are so pretty and I'm really happy with how it came out. So we're gonna jump into this. I wanted to jump in and give you an intro first because I filmed this a little differently than normal. I guess I was inspired because I've been watching a lot of other soapers on YouTube, and they all talk to the camera and have a conversation while they make their soap instead of doing a voiceover. And nothing's wrong with a voiceover. Obviously, I do like my voiceovers, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk to you guys about life and soap and things. So this is gonna be a little bit different, but I hope you guys like it. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you want me to go back to voiceovers, let me know. I do think I mentioned that I was planning to do a French lavender soap after this, which if I didn't mention it, then there's no point in this at all. But if I did, that is no longer accurate. I have decided to reroute my plans for making soap this year, and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, let's jump in onto this soap. Alright, so before we get started with the actual soap making process, I wanted to talk to you about these two new things that I just picked up. I got this right after the freezer went out, or right before the freezer went out. So last night was the first time I got to use it for soap. I've used it for candles a couple of times. It's just a small food scale. After I bought this, I sort of decided that I'm going to invest in a big girl scale. But if you're looking for a cheap scale, I don't remember how much this was, but I really like this one. Lights up, and also it's a little more steady than the other scale I was using, that little brown one, and so it doesn't ever sort of fluctuate with the numbers. It doesn't have trouble reading when it's on my table. Also, and I'm strangely excited about this, this is a 1 cup measuring cup. It's plastic, so I'm not going to be using it for fragrance oil or to melt anything in, but okay, it helps if I'm in frame. The thing that I really like about this is, one, it's small enough for fragrance or for colors. So this is what I'm going to use to do one of my colors. It fits, guys. Do you know how excited I am about that? Like that just, oh, I bought it not knowing if it would fit, and I was told by my sister-in-law that hers, she has the same one, and her sticker blender doesn't fit in it, but it fits. So I'm super excited about that. So if you make small batches of soap like I do and you're looking for something, these are super cheap. They're the right size for my stick blender, and I have the Hamilton Beach stick blender. I don't know if there's a model name or anything, but that's all I do know. And I'm gonna go buy 5 more of these. What I was using before were these hefty cups that we got in this bright blue color when we first moved in, and then I just stole the bag. This doesn't fit all the way to the bottom. It's gonna fall. So I haven't been able to use my stick blender to blend up colors before now. And also I just don't like that I can't wash and reuse these. They break too easily. This might break too, but I feel like I'll get more use out of this anyways. Other than that, let's actually get into soap making. I don't think I have ever filmed one of my soap videos like this. I know that a lot of the other soap makers that post videos, if they're doing it, if they're talking over, they do all of this part beforehand, but not me. Okay, we're gonna say this amount. So this is sodium hydroxide. Don't take this as a tutorial. I'm not intending this as a tutorial by any means. It's just sort of fun to talk about soap while you make soap. So here is my frozen goat's milk. I have 3 trays right here because 2 of them are frozen together. And I kind of thought that would happen, but I wasn't sure. Also new ice cube trays and a new freezer. We're just full of new things today. While I took that break, I made sure I got a whole bunch of new stuff. This knife is so bent from me using it for soap. Oh, I feel kind of bad. But I use frozen goat's milk. I've said this in almost every single one of my soap videos. I freeze my goat's milk to prevent it from scorching and getting gross. And while it won't ruin the soap if you burn your milk, it's not gonna be as pretty. I don't know if it'll affect the smell, but I'd like to imagine that it wouldn't smell great if it did. And one thing that I have definitely learned from making this many batches of soap is that when you freeze your goat's milk, it doesn't freeze like water, where you can just twist the tray and pop it out, not without breaking the tray. It's sort of more flexible, and so that's why I use the butter knife. The butter knife helps so much. And we're probably gonna speed this up now. So there's my goat's milk, here's my lye. I'm going to use a plastic spoon like I normally do. I bought this spoon to try and, you know, use to mix this, but the tip is so flexible that like it doesn't push the cubes around or anything. And it wasn't this flexible when I bought it in the store. It was when I washed it, and I washed it by hand. I don't have a dishwasher, so it's not like it got ruined that way, but like, like that's some super bendy stuff. It does work for other stuff, so like it's not a total loss, but I can't use it for what I bought it for. While I was down there, I went ahead and pulled up the freezer so that I can reach it a little easier next time I need to pull it out. Now it's time to move on to my oils, which I didn't even pull out. So I'm gonna go grab those, and then we'll start working on oils. Okay, now I've got all my oils on the table. So let's turn on that. And I'm starting with coconut oil, because this is the only oil that I melt. I am thinking of changing up my recipe. I have some shea butter that I kind of want to experiment with, and I have castor oil. I just ordered 7 pounds of almond oil because when I was looking at my shelf, I was like, oh wow, the jug of almond oil I have is almost out. And guys, I had planned to be running out of almond oil like around Christmas apparently, because I've got like 5 bottles of almond oil behind the jug that I didn't notice because of like it's all, I'm a little upset. Like obviously it'll go to use, but like I could have used the money to get something else, like maybe a new scale, or it could have gone towards getting a freezer sooner. That would have been cool. I will have plenty of almond oil. I actually really like almond oil. I like how clear it is. I don't know, I like products that have almond oil, and I didn't realize I was gravitating towards them. I think my skin likes almond oil, which is slightly ironic because my mom is super allergic to like any product that has nut oils in it. So I find it funny when I do well with things like that, because if I accidentally, when we were on a trip once, we had gone out and we had gotten really sweaty, and I had this pack of face wipes, and I was wiping my face with it, and I was telling her how much I liked the product, and she needed to wipe her face too because she was sweaty too, and so she borrowed it real quick and said, oh my gosh, that burns so bad. It had kukui nut oil in it. So I felt so bad. Like, her face was so red. That was on top of a sunburn. Oh, I felt bad. Like, she was super cool about it. She wasn't like blaming me or anything, but I can't imagine
how much that must have hurt, because I had a killer sunburn at that point too. My arms were gross and peeling. I don't know why I'm being as specific with this as I am. Here we go. So I'm gonna go melt this. All right, we have melted coconut oil. I really hope that this video is in frame because I am realizing how narrow the frame is from what I thought it was. And I can't see. I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry. If you guys like the style and you want me to like just perfect it and fix it, let me know. I might not be able to fix it this month because I do all of my soaps in 1 week and then upload throughout the month. But if you guys do like it, then I can fix it in the future. And if you hate it, then like I can just not do it next month. Because, you know, that's an option. I don't even know if you guys can see this. Barely. You guys can barely see this. I have to say, work-wise, I am liking this new setup. Not just for soap. Okay, there, that's a little better, right? But just so far for all of my crafts. If you didn't know, if you're newer here, I make as many things as I know how to. I really like making things. I didn't think that this bottle was actually gonna have enough and I bought a backup bottle. But I knit, I crochet, I make other stuff to go with soaps. Like I've been making candles a lot lately and I'm loving candles. I can't make them in here because I don't have a heat source, but I'm definitely loving candles. A part of my hesitancy to try a new recipe is I have gotten to the point where I know this recipe, I know it very well. I know that it behaves well with the swirls that I like to do, unless it gets too cold. I know that all of the measurements, like I have my measurements sitting next to me almost at all times, or with the old setup I had them pinned to the wall. So it's just sort of like, this is my comfort zone, which I am one of those people. I do think you should break out of your comfort zone when it gets too comfortable, so that might not be an excuse anymore. I also know that I like this recipe. Like, I put it in one of those soap calculators and it didn't do very well. Like, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this soap on paper sucks. But I love using my soap. I don't think I've bought hand wash, or no, I bought a bottle of hand soap because I got suckered in by Target. Target's a bad place to go, guys. Like, you end up buying things that you just don't need. Like, I shouldn't be buying soap. But I haven't bought body wash in years. I think the last time I bought body wash was when I was moving in with my boyfriend 2 years ago. And it was because I was moving in with him and I had all this stuff in storage and I didn't know when I was gonna be making soap again. I didn't make soap the entire time we lived in that house. Where's my fragrance oil? I know I brought that one out. There it is. But yeah, I haven't bought myself a bottle of soap. I do still buy shampoo. And I think if I learn more about, wow, I've used a lot of this. I do think if I learn more about like my hair necessities, because I don't have, I also don't know about making shampoo as it is. Like, I haven't tried a shampoo bar recipe or anything like that. But I think that'd be really fun to try at some point. I don't know, right now I'm just really addicted to making my pretty swirls, guys. I can't help it. All right, so I know that I'm going to be doing 3 different color combinations. I'm going to be doing this party pink mica, which is this sort of nice light pink, and I want to mix it with some titanium dioxide. This is going to be the main color, so I feel like I don't need to be able to fit the stick blender in for this because of that, because I can fit the stick blender in my main bowl. I want to combine these two. This is raspberry mica from Brambleberry and electric bubblegum from I don't know why I'm saying from Brambleberry. All of my colorings have been from Brambleberry so far. And I want to do a swirl with this. I have absolutely no idea when you guys cut off. I'm so sorry. I hope it's not because my camera's dying. I was struggling to realize which camera was the one that I was supposed to use. And I feel like you didn't miss much since the last time I looked up I was just mixing up colorants. That is a really pretty green. I think that's gonna work perfectly. My colors are mixed up. I really hope this is still recording now. I'm a little nervous. My colors are mixed up. I think they are super pretty. My oils all good and combined, so it's time to start the soapy soap. I think I'm gonna stop there. And I'm gonna separate it off into, let's put it there. Just separate it off into here. I'm not wanting a topping on this soap, so I'm not gonna do a bunch. There we go. I just want enough for the swirl. That's such a vibrant, this is like my favorite lip color. Like I know I was saying the other one would be a really pretty one, but this is like my go-to. I have so many shades similar to this. Oh, that came out so pretty. I was expecting it to be a little brighter because of the electric bubblegum, but like I have absolutely no regrets. That is so pretty. And this came out just as pretty as I expected it would. Like, oh, I'm very happy with these two. Now hopefully this comes out, I might have to add some more titanium, if I'm being honest. We're just gonna, yep, get all that goodness out. I have been thinking a lot about how I want my shop to grow and how I want to get there. Ooh, this is very shallow. But that's so pretty. We got some bubbles in there that was almost unavoidable with how shallow it is. I don't know if I poured off too much in the accent colors or not, but this is very pretty. I'm hoping it won't be too yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour in our fragrance oil, and I'm gonna hand mix that. I absolutely do not want to use the stick blender on that. So I'm probably done with my stick blender. So that can just go in there. I'm not worried about making a mess with that. This, however, this can go away. So, like I was saying, I have been putting a lot of thought into how I want the shop to grow and how I want to get there. And right now, my biggest concern for growth is my production rate. I am totally planning to up the sizes of my batches. Ooh, is that racing on? No, I think that's just the titanium. I am planning to up the sizes of my batches. I also want to get, so I plan on getting the Brambleberry molds with the silicone liners, the 5-pound molds. Right now my batches are about 42 ounces. Give or take with human error. So I don't know why I said so at the end of that. So increasing to 5 pounds, even just one mold, would be a really nice difference. Guys, doesn't it look pretty? And since this was a homemade mold, I don't know if I've actually said that or not. But this was made with a 2x4. So the bars would be bigger. The bars would be, okay, I think I'm just gonna do a squiggle. Woo! There we go. Oh my god, these colors are so pretty. And they smell so, well, the colors don't smell good. That's not a thing, apparently. Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be really interesting to see when it comes out. Maybe I should have done a white base. But I'm gonna get more molds. I'll be able to have multiple so I can do like double batches. That's definitely not an option right now. And I'll be able to do more than one soap a day. Right now I can only make one soap per day. Then I can make this soap the next day when it hardens. And I just feel like for the rate that I want to go, that would be very beneficial. Especially, so I haven't talked about this at all yet. I am looking into 2 different job positions. I am working part-time right now, and I'm looking to replace this job. So that's why I was looking for a job in the first place. I was looking to replace the job that I'm currently working at, and oh, I should have done a splatter. That would have been really nifty. There we go. That gives it some more. I'm looking to replace this job, so I put in applications all over, and I was just hoping for one. And I had the interview on Thursday of the week that I was filming this, and so they really liked me, and they were like, yeah, we'll have you in for a follow-up. By now, all of this might have already been dissolved. Like, this is probably old news by now, but for right now, while I'm filming this, they said they really liked me and that they wanted me to come back in, so they scheduled a follow-up. And I decided to celebrate with a cup of coffee. So I stopped by the Starbucks that is closest to me that I had also applied at. And 2 of the baristas have gotten to know me pretty well. And I told them how I was planning on finding a new job and that I had applied here. And they were like, oh, we'll talk to our manager. So I know that one probably doesn't mean a lot because, you know, that's just really up in the air, but I do think that the other job is pretty likely, and I'm really hoping for it. So yeah, that is all of my personal life updates. Here is the soap, at least while it's wet. I'll do a close-up in just a second. Here she is. I'm loving that drip. Like, oh, this is super pretty. My camera's dying, so we barely made it. And I will see you guys tomorrow when it's time to cut. Yay!